Welcome to the first episode of Hometown Matters. This is a series about the power of collaboration, getting local leaders, businesses, and civic leaders together to unite our community. Today we are filming on top of Baxter Health with a beautiful view of Mountain Home back here. We are so grateful to them for letting us be up here today. I couldn't think of a better place to start this series. Today, I am joined with Miss Jamie Leach. She's a social worker for Baxter Health Inpatient.
Correct.
So we are so grateful for her to be here today. She's going to talk a little bit about her resources that she's got on her side of things. So if you want to start?
Sure, yeah. So like she said, I work in our inpatient behavioral health units. And so in that world, we do have inpatient for folks that are 18 and up. So we have an adult unit and we have a geriatric unit. And we help people that are having kind of acute mental health issues. And then in addition to that, just kind of on a broader scale, we're always looking for ways that we can serve our community members better. And so that could be anything from food insecurities, housing. I know we offer a lot of screenings and things at very reduced rates for like cardiac screening and things like that. And so some of this process starts when patients come in the door, if they have to come, say, to the emergency room, for example, and there's a questionnaire that we do, and it's going to ask them things regarding their mental health. It's going to ask them again about food insecurities and different things like that. And so our goal is not only to ask the questions, but to be prepared to provide the resources that they need. Yeah. So some of those we offer, internally. As an organization, and we're looking to always grow those, as I'm sure we will. And then some of those we partner with a lot of places in the community. So as we were talking earlier, for example, we do the inpatient behavioral health, but a lot of times when people leave, we want to make sure they continue their care.
Absolutely.
So if they need an outpatient therapist, things like that, we have a lot of resources on our website, and I'll give you that link in a minute if you would like. Things like that. And then also, like as we're standing out here looking, so we have the community houses that are kind of over here behind us. And I'm going to try, for my poor memory, to go over those. So the Schlieman Center for Women is one that's right at the top of my mind because we just started a new support group there. And so every third Tuesday, we started a support group for females 18 and over that are survivors of sexual assault. So that's something fun and exciting. And that actually grew out of our ER nurses that intercept those people when they come in to make those reports of things that have happened to them. They saw a great need for that, that there was not a really specific group just to provide that. So we're very excited to start that. We have some great nurses and therapists that are a part of that. We've also got the MRUK House, and so some of you may know about that. They do a lot of wonderful work with folks that are struggling with dementia, Parkinson's, not only for the patient themselves, but for their caregivers and loved ones. And those groups are very popular. There's links, all of these things on the website.
Such
too.
an amazing service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's the Pites Cancer House, there's the Fairlam Senior Clinic. So all of those are just right here to the, north, I think, slightly of the hospital. And
I'm
again,
looking around for
I know,
I'm like, where
I'm not very good with directions, but it's this way. And again, all of this is accessible on the website, and it goes into greater detail, has calendars, event calendars, and things like that people can look at.
Perfect. And you had mentioned that the sexual abuse started from your ER nurses. So a lot of the stuff that you guys do, I know people who work at Baxter Health have a huge opportunity to grow throughout this organization. And so to see people on the front lines being able to help on the back end of things that they see that our community needs is really awesome.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you guys so much for providing that for our community. It is
Thank
really
you.
awesome.
Yeah, I to be honest, I'm happy to be a part of it too, and I was very impressed with the passion that the nurses showed to get that started. Some of them have a personal experience with it, some of them don't, but they just wanted a way for women to not have to tell their story and be re-traumatized so many times. So they really streamlined that initial process, and then again, a safe place for them to talk and have a support group to kind of continue their healing journey.
Absolutely. That's
Yep.
so fantastic. So those are all the services that you offer in-house, but you did also mention to me before we got started that you have
Yes.
third parties that you will share with patients
Absolutely.
as well.
Yes, and again, in the future, we're hoping to build on some of these things like transportation and stuff like that. In our small towns is a struggle
Yeah.
for people to get where they need to go. So that might be on the back burner or on the horizon. But in the meantime, we do have, and I'm just looking at, make sure I'm telling you how to get there correctly. So on the Baxter Health website, if you go to on the home page, there's Patient and Visitors tab, and then under that it goes to Community, and then from there you'll see a resource link. And so we work hard to keep that updated. It's ever changing, as you can imagine. So we do quarterly updates on that. So please let us know if you find something that is incorrect, but we try to stay on top of that. And those resources are anything, again, from outpatient therapists, housing resources, transportation, let's see what else here, nursing home and assisted living. Obviously, we live in kind of a retirement community, so that's something that people need help locating. Inpatient mental health facilities. So I guess, of course, we've got ours here. We do not service adolescents. So if you had a younger person that was struggling, they can absolutely still come to the ER, and we can help them, find help for that as well.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I think that about wraps us up. Thank you so much for coming.
course.
If you guys, just to let you all know, Miss Jamie learned that she was going to be featured on today's episode about 20 minutes ago.
Right.
So I
did
think
my
she did a
best.
wonderful job. Thank you so much
Thank
for coming.
you.
Appreciate
Of course.
your time.
Thank you. You too.